When we say Happy New Year in Mbaise, we should also say Happy Mbaise Policy Roundtable Annual Global Summit, since the event has become synonymous with the new year. Indeed, what a great way to start the new year. The third edition of Mbaise Policy Roundtable MPR Annual Global Summit, which held on January 3rd, 2023 at the usual venue, Christie's Hotel, was impactful and a slight break from the norm, given the number and caliber of speakers and guests, which included two high-profile non-Mbaise personalities in the presence of former governor of Anambra State and current Labour Party presidential candidate, His Excellency Mr. P2B, and Nigeria's revered economist and leader of the Big Tent Campaign Council, Prof. Utomi. Although Mr. P2B and Prof. Utomi could not make the summit, nevertheless, their absence was adequately compensated through their written speeches, masterfully and ebulliently delivered by Dr. Fabian Ihekweme, Director of Big Tent Council in Imo State. In terms of organization, the quality of speakers as well as the quality of audience, the theme and presentations, the 2023 edition definitely raised the bar several notches higher. I just imagined what would have happened in the venue if the keynote speaker, His Excellency Mr. P2B, had attended. I bet Ihera Junction would have been in lockjaw. Mbaise Policy Roundtable Annual Global Summit is an intellectual gathering come platform, but more like a seminar where great sons and daughters of Mbaise who are successful and distinguished in their various fields of endeavor come to share their wealth of knowledge and experience for the benefit of Mbaise people, especially the youths. The theme of the 2023 edition is Education and Agriculture as Building Block for Youth Leadership and Entrepreneurship. What a relevant and powerful theme, given the economic situation of the country, the collapsed educational system, and the importance of advocating entrepreneurship amongst the youth, especially in the area of agriculture, which has huge potentials for food security, self-sufficiency, and wealth creation. A look at the area of speakers talk of distinguished sons and daughters of Mbaise, scholars, intellectuals, captains of industries, seasoned entrepreneurs, and leaders. You will agree that Mbaise Policy Roundtable truly means business as far as empowering and developing the youths is concerned. Mbaise Policy Roundtable is a non-governmental organization with offices in New York City, USA, and Owerri. It is the premier foremost Mbaise public policy and business advisory council in the world, with focus on human capital and economic development in Mbaise and Imo State through facilitation of financial and intellectual resources, private investment, private-public partnerships, both locally and globally. Her membership includes accomplished and illustrious sons and daughters of Mbaise, home and abroad. One must give it to Prof. Oparaoji and Dr. Jude Iheoma for their tireless effort, passion, and commitment in ensuring the sustenance of this wonderful initiative, while appreciating other distinguished members of Mbaise Policy Roundtable MPR for their efforts and investments. Enjoy the highlights as the event progressed.
Both the first conference that was on education and this one on agriculture as a forward movement for the youth. That agriculture, Ahaneku, is mechanized agriculture. So hopefully, if you are in Mbaise Policy Roundtable or any Mbaise forum, you can continue to forward it so that people can be watching it live. Secondly, if you look at our topic, it's education, agriculture as a building block for youth leadership and entrepreneurship. MPR Chairman, Siabiko, Nneji that will speak to summarize it to the youth, agriculture and leadership. I'm going to say Professor Ahaneku, I visited his farm, so I know he is a farmer and a professor. ABC Frank Nneji's farm He's also a farmer, water and transportation and handle of Moderator. So, both of you have them be soon. Other person or Rodiaka. What's Nneji? Welcome, Hollywood.
I'm a writer and actress with Nollywood. And I'm an MC too. They call me MC Follow-up. Thank you. So, Bachita, I am here to witness with you, celebrate with you, and to hold and be part of what is happening here today.
Ezi Chineke dị mma, onye ihe ọma niile na-esi n'aka ya na-emere anyị. Anyị na-ekele gị na mbụ maka ihe ọma dị iche iche nke ị na-emere anyị. Anyị na-ekele gị maka onyinye nke obodo anyị bụ Mbaise. Kelee gị maka onyinye nke ụmụnne anyị ndị niile gbakọrọ ebe a n'ụbọchị nke taa. N'aha Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ. Amen.
Ọjị anyị nọ n'ụzọ, ekpere anyị nọ n'aka ọjị anyị anyị. Our very distinguished speakers, captains of industries, education, and agriculture. And I will always say, and I said this everywhere I go, especially the way things are now. If you fail to help yourself, you are planning to go into extinction. Helping yourself entails that you should be ready to acquire a particular skill. And that skill might not just be limited to certification. The SCM in life is you want to have fulfillment. You also want to have food on the table. You want to build a house, and you want to manage your family. So the SCM is we want to have money. And having that money is you need to go through a particular process before having it. And looking at all the other indices, agriculture, the profession within professions, that anybody, whether you are working in public service or you are a private person, you can practice and you can even deeply practice it without looking for a particular registration or clearance or practicing license or whatever to get to any level of your choice. And no person will tell you that you are doing 2 jobs. Whether you're a civil servant, you can have a large scale, medium scale, or small scale farm. We have, over the years, in the last 1 year, tried
His Excellency, former Governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter B. Ogunewe, by the grace of God, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, is one of the key speakers. Secondly is Professor Utomi, Onwumere, Asanya na Nigeria, Professor Utomi. I when Iheoma, Nigeria na-ejeje mba nọchitere anya ha n'ụbọchị taa. Anọchitere anya mmadụ na-abụọ ya wụ ọ ga-ekwu okwu ha siri ekwuo n'ama mmadụ na-abụọ. Ya mere m ji na-akpọlite Dr. Fabian Ihekweme ọmụ ụwa niile, the coordinator of Dati Independent Presidential Campaign Council, the Big Tent, Imo State.
Good afternoon to you all, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Well, first thing first, when I came in here, I was hearing professors left, right, center. I became very uncomfortable. But after watching for a couple of minutes, I discovered that they were also mixing English with Igbo. I said, okay, I can fit into the gathering. Mr. Chairman, Professor Ahaneku, the Lordship, Mrs. Nworka, my dear auntie, Professor Viola Onwuliri, High Chief, Professor Onwumere, business mogul and foremost entrepreneur from Southeast, Nneji, erudite Professor Oparaoji, my brother and my friend, General Jack Ogunewe. This is one army general that I didn't see him with military uniform throughout his career. That means he never intimidated our people. Professor Ibaoji, Amagwu, other dignitaries here, members of Mbaise Roundtable, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fabian Ihekweme. I hold a PhD in political science from the University of Campbell. I am standing in here for His Excellency, the former governor of Anambra State, the incoming President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mr. Peter Obi. In fact, when His Excellency called me to stand in for him, I said, okay, I thought I was coming here to just make normal speech, probably look at the brochure, the topic of the day, do justice to it. Fortunately, I don't know which one. Excellency put up a call across to me again and said, I've sent the material to you. Go there, go to Mbaise and read out my thoughts. And I'm here with the document the Excellency asked me to read out. I hope I can proceed. He started by saying, a new Nigeria of our dream. I welcome you all to this strategic summit, the Mbaise Roundtable, to chart a new course for total liberation of our dear country, Nigeria. I have the singular honor to thank the organizers of this all-important summit and, of course, the good people of Mbaise Nation. Nigeria is at the brink of collapse due to bad leadership, administrative ineptitude, and massive corruption. It is our duty to rescue and recover our country from the hands of people who have held us hostage for decades. We will not allow the enemies of our country to succeed. Let us therefore bury our political differences and pull our forces and resources together first to liberate our people and help in fashioning a new cause for the good and benefit of our people. May God help us. I do not wish to take you to the memory lane or to remind you how disunited and economically ruined Nigeria has become under successive governments in the past 4 decades. But for posterity and clarity of purpose, it is imperative to hint this quality gathering what we intend to achieve as we assume the leadership of this country come 29th of May 2023. We will offer a new brand of transformative and purposeful leadership. The overall goal of Obidati administration will be to streamline governance, make it more responsive, transformative, effective, less transactional, and therefore efficient and cost-effective. Thinking through 2023 and beyond, we must think seriously about a leadership that is imbued with competence, capacity, credibility, and commitment. Accordingly, we will pursue intangible assets of good governance, rule of law, security of lives and property. We will ensure that we have these assets in place and stress asset optimization. We will strike a strategic balance that allows us to promote and protect national interests while meeting our ECOWAS obligation. We will rebuild Nigerian military. We will rebuild Nigeria's military power, promote economic growth, and enhance its technological progress with a view of improving Nigeria's diplomatic influence in sub-regional, regional, and global affairs. Restoring leadership will require that we reassess proactively Nigeria's leadership role in Africa, in African affairs, through constructive engagement, peacekeeping, tourists, and using existing sub-regional and regional fora, as well as bilateral platforms for dialogue on current and emerging challenges. We will continue to enhance our sphere of influence via peacekeeping and trade and investment initiatives. We shall ensure that in moving Nigeria forward, no state or community will be left behind. If you elect Dati and I, our government will promote equity in power and resource sharing. The federating units will enjoy discernible autonomy. Resources will also be shared equitably. A higher derivation paid to oil or solid minerals producing states will not be tantamount to other states not receiving federal allocations that should keep them viable. We must transcend the history that bedevils a robust debate on some of these national wisdom. We will respect the principle of federal character, affirmative action, and gender balance, but no longer at the expense of merit. We will tweak the security architecture, which will entail reform of security sector and governance. We will restructure, re-equip, and rearrange the Nigerian police. This will include 3-level police, federal, state, and community. We will build a compact, robust, and ready mobile police force with rapid response deployment capabilities and legislate the establishment of state police based on community policing. We will raise the population to police officer ratio to a higher level. We are challenged by high youth unemployment, which stands at 33.3%, 54% for the youth, and 20 million out of school children. We must give this country back to the Nigerian youth. Half of our 200 million people are below the age of 30. Harnessing our national youth strength and demographic dividends intelligently must start with curbing the high youth unemployment and creating funding access to enable our youth to become entrepreneurs like Nneji and drivers of our small and medium-scale enterprises. We will have zero tolerance for corruption, block leakages, and cut the cost of governance. Our total commitment to transparency, and accountability in government business is the only credible way to achieve limited to zero corruption. As Governor of Anambra State, my administration achieved close to 60-40 gender balance in appointive and elective positions. I know this one, the women will be very much interested. Apart from our monetary policy, we will seek to re-establish the independence of the CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, and commit to a credible and transparent plan to normalize the exchange rate and bring inflation to single digits. We will remove import and forex restrictions and insist on a single forex market. The current system penalizes exporters who bring in forex by forcing them to sell at a rate that they are unable to source for forex when they need to purchase forex. This multiple exchange rate regime encourages capital flight and deters investment, which has further worsened Nigeria's forex issue. Our top priorities on getting into office: we will encourage and pursue aggressive production-centered growth for food security and export. And this is what Mbaise Roundtable, Policy Roundtable, is actually preaching about. Securing and uniting Nigeria will be our top priority. We will embark on a comprehensive and effective legal and institutional reforms, rule of law, corruption, and government effectiveness. Leapfrogging Nigeria from oil to fourth industrial revolution will be at the front burner and in active consideration. We will be expanding physical infrastructure through market-driven reforms, unleashing growth, enabling entrepreneurship, and market-creating innovations. Human capital development that empowers competitiveness and robust foreign policy that restores Nigeria's strategic relevance will be given due importance. We are spending more on recurrent expenses, and we are borrowing frivolously. I am not against loans per se, but we must stop borrowing for consumption. All loans must be invested in generative projects. We must operate within available resources and strive for a balanced national budget as cost-saving measures. Ending the leakages, including the subsidy regime, and improving our tax regime should do the magic. Lack of political will and lack of synergy between the executive and legislative arms has resulted in a costly inertia in tackling our oversized government. The result is persisting tough fights and competition among several overlapping agencies, and the resultant wastages. Cost-cutting measures must start with rationalization and harmonization. Pruning the size of government will be imperative. I therefore urge all of you not to lose track of where we are coming from, where we are going, and where we ought to be. I plead with you to make the right decision at your various polling units so that and I can get to work. God bless Mbaise Nation. God bless the people of Nigeria. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Onwumere isn't it Patrano and his entourage, but because of time, I Nanabata you me Nanabata do Onyamne Ambassador Darlington Nneji while you work for our president Party, Labour Party, now Jude Iheoma, I have an state. No laws for House of Representatives. Thank you very much.
Prof. Utomi asked me to read this. They would have been here. In fact, I would have preferred that Prof. Utomi himself was here to read this. Because I am can see there, Prof deals with Prof. So it would have been better like that. But however, let me go ahead. A new Nigeria is possible. That's the caption of this speech. Let me begin by commending the Mbaise Roundtable and the entire Mbaise nation for so noble an initiative. This summit comes at a time when the survival and existential angst in Nigeria as an independent country has become a national crisis. I have no doubt on my mind that this gathering is part of the efforts being made by well-meaning Nigerians to get the country back on track again. Concern with policy is central to citizenship. I talk often about how old Greek society categorized people from the level of idiots to tribesmen and then to citizens. Idiots think only of self. Tribesmen of parochial relatives, with everyone else as enemy. Citizens think of shared humanity and common good. But the way you pursue is what is called policy making. Concern for policy making is therefore an imperative of citizenship. It is on that basis that I am generous with praise for this policy summit. One reason countries underperform is that their policies cannot pass the rotary four-way test. But even when policy is well done, sometimes weak institutions result in the pushback syndrome. To explore this phenomenon, I wrote the 1998 book, Managing Uncertainty, Competition and Strategy in Emerging Economies. But it is in the 2006 book, Why Nations Are Poor, that I pulled together interdependent variables that place development in context. There are 6 sets of interdependent variables that infallibly determines progress. Policy choices in our experience have been so poorly made, with dirigisme and statistics policies leading us to a prebendal culture of sharing and away from production. And as we know, a system in which a government has a lot of control over the country's economy, or a political system in which the state has substantial centralized control over social and economic matters, is bound to fail. This has brought us to the status of the poverty capital of the world. It is this that Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi refers to in his mantra of going from consumption to production. Our institutions are weak, with one consequence being that regulatory risk is even a greater threat than market risk for businesses in Nigeria. Each of the variables are being addressed in the Obidati Manifesto and supporting documents. Some of the details can be reflected on here by Dr. Fabian Ihekweme, who has been gracious to stand in for me. At this point, to further portray the points the erudite Professor Utomi raised, there are macroeconomic variables that policymakers should try and manage, such as balance of payment, inflation, unemployment, and economic growth. Economic growth measured by GDP means the increase of the growth of rate of GDP. But what determines the increase of each component is very different. Public expenditure, capital formation, private or public investment, employment rates, exchange rates, and so on, have different impacts on economic growth. And we should take into account that these determinants have different implications if the country is developed or not. There are also social political factors and events that have a major influence on the economic advancement of a country, which we don't have much time to go into that now. But I must not fail to point out that there are also non-economic determinants that help to advance progress in a given state, such as capital accumulation, technological progress, government efficiency, institutions, and so on. In dealing with all of this, it is important for us to understand that the duties of government are numerous, with the protection of lives and property of our citizens as the primary duty. Therefore, the aim and essence of every responsible government is to provide good living to the people. It is also the duty and responsibility of any government to build and provide social amenities for our citizens, provide jobs and employment, as well as cater for the basic needs of our citizens. Again, respect for the rights of our citizens is the hallmark of a responsible government. For it is only a government that respects and values the lives of our citizens that performs the duties expected of her. This, however, is not the case in Nigeria, as the country has been faced successive regimes of bad government. It is critical to mention that corruption has eaten deep into the fabrics of our nation, and many of our political leaders have traces of a corrupt past, even with the intention of doing work in the future. When people of this nature clinch political power, the result is that bad governance has assumed office, and there is barely anyone can do to prevent that. The masses in Nigeria seem to have apathy towards politics. Our people are neither interested in politics nor are they interested in what the leaders are doing. They stand aloof and are scared of demanding accountability from the political leaders, as well as those in authority. In the light of this, the government is very much relaxed in the mismanagement of the nation's wealth, since no one is ready to hold them accountable. We are witnesses how our country has been thrown into crisis, with some parts of our country still under the control of insurgent groups. Hardly any day passes without the news of insecurity filtering into the ears of Nigerians. Insecurity as it is currently in Nigeria cannot be in isolation from bad governance. It is a direct consequence of bad governance of the country. Nigeria as a nation is a potential power to be reckoned with, but the forces which have held her captive have prevented her from being so. The forces are not spirits, they are humans like us. Our country is down because there is a deliberate lack of willpower on the part of the citizens to make her right. The task of stopping and ending bad governance is a task that all Nigerians must key into if they wish to have a country they can be proud of and call their own. It is no longer hidden that Nigerians now live in fear and anxiety as a dark cloud of uncertainty hangs over the nation. Nowhere is secure. Our homes, our highways, our institutions of learning, and even our sacred precincts of worship centers are all safe. It is therefore very important and timely to seize the moment and opportunity being presented to us by 2023 election to change the narrative and restore the dignity of Nigeria and Nigerians by voting for the right candidate and the presidential flag bearer of Labour Party, Peter Utomi. Thank you very much.
So I am a health program, and every program I'm for the youth about fight against the blue money. And when was buying and now more week. Or they might GK in public, but MPR works with law enforcement, particularly the NDLEA, e.g. identify areas where the drug trade and activities and then identify. I work with NDLEA to intervene. And we have done some of those, and we tend to continue to do that to make sure that we clean out our society and not expose our youth to all these dangerous drugs that makes them useless or more or less. So yeah, and in doing that, I conduct a lot of drug education, drug awareness programs across Mbaise. Na afọ kwani I see the program all the political parties. Two things, they are almost consistent. Education program is standard across political parties, agriculture or the other one. And these two items are very strategic in the development of any community, any society, any country. And the opportunity for individuals to be entrepreneurs. Open our mind and say, I think of these two sectors of our economy together and show our youths the ways that they can use these resources to empower themselves, to be productive, and then with the support of the resources we have within MPR to make sure that they have the support to build themselves and grow and be of use to themselves, their family, and also our community. So, I will issue one, and in putting all this together, I am inviting my teacher from all the political spectrum. I want to believe that everybody is here. But all you know, so the question during December, only all the one about Lohangai. I be a person in Rayaka. I do Kuraya say, Ogunewe. And I will say, when you call I now who can go. When you get down, okay, look where I got this. I'm
going to say policy roundtable for putting this together. Again, this is not the first time. When you get politics, I think this is the third summit, third annual summit. So here on election, it's important for people to take note of that. Put on them. Here is 2022, Abraham 2021, Abraham 2020, and all that. So they have continued to make this history. So I really want to commend them. Thank the convener, Prof. Oparaoji, my elder, who is also donating all this. One, I make a leg for putting here together. They are Palida and them listen. My hand over the book. Oh, legit. Well, we do a parallel memorandum lecture. I see Madam Chair, Jaga village, how many know it? See a village I am. Anyway, agriculture, education, and all that. The speeches are very summarized, but I just want to add that agriculture is very, very important. All them back. Onya ula giti aka. Onya ula guomu ya stehe gawa onwubi. Odi onye nejebu. Ozuka yano yano. Wo hayo. Anero onwubi. As a growing person, it can massive from time to time. Your interest will continue to be there, wherever you are. Actually, when I was foreign minister, a lot of the countries I traveled to, they visit the farm. When I went to Argentina, in fact, Argentina, visit the farm, I had to also ride a horse. This is not get us, I think I'm a horse, which I'm very happy with myself. North Korea, I visited a farm. Now, every farm, when the company or the factory, let them produce different things from the farm products. Then we got apple farm. Then we make perfume, we make insecticide, we make small chops from apple and all that. Then we shop and that improves the economy of the country. So I'm sure when we say policy roundtable, I give you self-sufficient. Food security, I will achieve. Security. Nworka very busy, he went to a job. But he free now, barrier to whatever. And then went so. Maudi Gamo had to burn natural cable. Boyban has one thing or the other, but I keep home busy. One of the holidays, I have holiday child, work on their whole family, and then he did their holiday. Say the I just watch up from my farm. I have I've never been to the before. He been near to the farm town. He related that for us. Hey, 2 cups of curry. Mommy, the food is not enough. I will do the something. I can believe that here. So I said, let me come and take picture with the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Yes, lady, I'm going to visit Minister of Foreign Affairs in Japan. Oh, baby. I am a child. Now there's Nneji again. Some days after I prepare. Yes, I'm more than here. I'm going to make it. So you have to be proud. How do you when they now go to school or in the grass school? If they proud, they also want to do it. Man, that they go around the Chineke goes in different ways. Where it came or be, for that and yes, we go. Just yesterday, when you have this, I give a decorated Azona bread for breakfast. See, I want beautiful plantain, wonderful. Now, so long. See, I have a plantain. Just here, I make the breakfast. See, I share plantain porridge. And whatever breakfast. Share a German ably. Offer a German breakfast. German chow, think they are not chow. Oh, now the list. Now, let's say we go bread. No crowd, you know. I have plantain porridge in ably. I want a chow. So you need to spend, they go on that. Not that when they beat a money for 400 or what. Do you understand? But if you give everyone of it, why not? Why not? And that's about a digital. I don't know digital. I think I don't know. That was in Azubo, maybe ask him, that you want a fish farm. Otherwise, you know, when you open up that, you got for a lot of things I need, you know, when I come, but I know now where I am. We are not helping ourselves. So, investing in agriculture, getting interested in agriculture will help us a great deal. Will help our youth also to know that they can be self-sufficient from the beginning. Hey, Prof, Chairman, about different things you can learn from agriculture to Nneji teaching that you can be proud of. And again of Promogi. And our young people should be made to realize this. So I'm asking Onwumere Commissioner for Education. I had put together plans to, I had discussed it, to make agri compulsory in all our schools. And I think government should still do that. Make agriculture compulsory in our primary schools and our secondary schools. So that they will start to realize that how many Japanese schools are only educated. In addition, another important one that I feel bad about is about handwork. When we were young, even in Lagos in those days, they were different things they made for handwork. They don't go to the handwork. Then we see, I just mark out the handwork. I mean, that should stop. I think government should insist that children must do their handwork. I got glasses and money. Imagine us buying brooms in the market. Uncle Jude invited a great Eja Apiasa. Eja Angreded. Eja Eked. Now, Anna has a plastic tray. Usually, either is something a plastic tray. Yeah, maybe so. But he would have read it. I want to please share. Yes, how the lazy. I want to never get a man. But all the traditional trade, any daba with hen and coke. So those are the things, the immediate benefits that we can get from farm, agri, and things like that. So because I'm not saying that we send a roundtable, we don't value a lot for this. But what I want us to do is to ask government to please make agri compulsory in our schools. Also, stop the idea of making handwork not handwork, but payment of dues. It is not helping our children. And by the time we get through all this, we would have saved ourselves security problem, we would have also taught the children skills. So on that note, I'm making a Nancy, that will improve the production. I mentioned our agri ones, when that you producing.
Together using common facilities to be able to practice the agriculture or to be able to produce whatever we are producing. Would you imagine if we had a place where there is feed mill, a place where there is fence, where there is water and the rest of them, and we allocate spaces to our entrepreneurs, our young people in the school to be able to rear their face. That is one area I wanted to look at going forward, establishing clusters. TP, you mentioned our farm. Yes, at Amos we have a Solo Bridge farm, which is a bakery farm, sitting on about 30 hectares, including the site where we usually produce the feed, the input for the feed. So we are pigs. We have about 1,000 heads of pigs, and we are not doing it just at the subsistence level. Because the problem with agriculture here is you go to your backyard and plant something. That's not the kind of agriculture we're talking about. That's the one of confidence. We have to be able to do agricultural setup at a commercial level. First of all, to employ yourself. Then to be able to employ one or two people, and then you can grow that. And that is where our focus should be. So at our farm, we produce pork, and we've got to process pork. If you go to everyday supermarket, you will see bridge pork. The bridge pork is produced here, the farm is at Amazon. So if you go to everyday supermarket, go to their fridge, you see bridge pork. We still produce it. We're also looking at producing bacon this year. We already have the equipment coming in here to produce bacon. But while we talk about this, I also want to tell you, unfortunately, there are threats to whatever we want to do. When you have that level of engagement in agriculture, we are going to require some experts to come in to do the work and also to teach our people, mentor our people. It's not possible to retain this high level of manpower under insecurity, on the situation of insecurity. So everybody has to be very conscious that whatever that makes our place insecure is affecting the business development in this area. So I want to again commend MPR and host this summit to be able to find ways of linking quality of education our people are getting and what they can do using that education. Thank you very much.
Professor Ahaneku, worthy old boy and cynic. Our special guest, Dr. Fabian Ihekweme. Thank God for democracy. If not, I won't call you my friend. Doc with a master's in group plan and narration. See, if it was through military regime, I was still in service. Even your number on my phone would have created a lot of problems for me. Your worship, your name goes ahead of you. And on Abuja, it discussed already so much that you stood firm for justice. I'm glad that I've met you in person today. 191 Adhiba, Agame Bogi at Mbaise. Honorable Minister, Viola Onwuliri. Egalolia, more than a Prof. No matter their status in the society, Ogi Baba teaching, their hierarchy, serve work. That's humility, personified. They die open Professor. Among Moto, Ngesim Mbaise because he has stood for Mbaise, he has stood for Ahaneku. I got maybe to open with thanking my dear brother for your speech. People that tell me I won't Mbaise. Problem I went now is people now or those that emerged as Elijah the Tishbite. They suddenly appeared. They became great, they became dominant, they became influential because of money. Money is a strategic asset. But if you check this caliber of people, the money comes easy come, easy go. Everybody want to pay the good. So our youths is supposedly oriented to that kind of money-making venture, or if they became Holy Ghost. I'm very happy to be associated with Mbaise Policy Roundtable. This is my first time of appearing here. When I look at the theme of this year's summit, Education and Agriculture, it rhymed with the experience I had in Israel. I did national security course at Galilee International Management Institute. The person that came to close the program, a 92-year Lieutenant General, working very straight. He summarized his speech that for a society, for a country to be great, you must possess three things. First and foremost, you should be able to feed yourself. That Israel can feed itself and export. So Israel can be called a strong country. The second, you must have high literacy rates. That Israel has 98-point-something literacy rate. Then Israel is a very strong country. And lastly, he said you must have a secure environment. Without it, these other two factors I mentioned will not stand. And he said Israel is militarily strong. That there is no conspiracy, no amount of alliances that fight Israel and defeat it. Rather, Israel will sink the war. And he said, I'm not joking about that. So, anyway, in a period of serious insecurity, in my people might stand alone. I was in Pakistan in 2007-8. And I checked my church, and I checked a full time with metals, all those things. Those of us from Nigeria, when we are saying this cannot happen in our country. But it cannot. I was in Pakistan, we went to a place they call Khyber Pass. You know, they are going to let Afghanistan. One of the Pakistani officers said that, oh my God, when they were young officers, lieutenant, Afghanistan was called mini London. Because of the strictness in Pakistan, they used to go to Afghanistan for parties and enjoyment. But look at Afghanistan today. Sent by the grace of God is safe to an extent. And if we don't take time, when our other zones will come to Enwere lecture na Enugu short talk. Even that security is everybody's business. Everybody's business. Enwere ege ma oge onye ọjọọ bara n'obodo. Enwere ege ma akịrị amụrụ na obodo bidoro ịkpa agwa ọjọọ. Enwere na ama those things. Asụ ken nọ n'ụlọ gbara oken na masị mkpụkpọ na anya ọkụ. We need to take security of Mbaise nation very, very important, because security is something you take for granted and you will not notice its importance until when it is absent. So I'm very, very happy with the theme of this summit, and by the grace of God, it's a noble objective. We will definitely achieve it in Jesus' name. Thank you and welcome to 2023. Happy New Year.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. As I'm talking to you, I'm a farmer. But I retired in Syria as a director 11 months ago. I'm a professor of development finance, so that's my area. And I also teach in Apollo University, Montana, USA. Senior research fellow, Granny University. But all this is, what does it connect to? Your role and help to grow your people. So the gap now, I got to do entrepreneurship, and just like our grandfathers did. But we didn't do it. But we have education, and we have leadership. So why can't we use it now to go and begin farming? To be able to feed ourselves. Is it not unfortunate that a second-class upper graduate on Abuja or Arua security job? Is it not a shame? They didn't be same man in the manner with education and intelligence. In every field, when the same man more grass school, he shows leadership. When I have Prof. You know those are the that is leadership. The when I hold you, you say it's demonstrating leadership. I am beside them, they hate you. On that second, just like they say, oh, you know the carry last. This man does not carry last. He's very intelligent and articulate in every field. But we have only used it to improve the welfare of our respective families. And I thank God, I spoke here in August. That was when we were trying to talk on the Imo State University. We now have to go back. And I told them that Imo State University does not need any external lecturer. We can get all of them in Imo State. In any field. In any field, in Imo State is true. And people are ready to teach product. So let us now guide our youth. The Roundtable of today is not sufficient to create the entrepreneurship spirit that we are hoping for. The person talking to you, I have a farm. It's less than 1 year. As I was trying to retire from CBN, I made sure I moved into the Ministry of Agri to get experts to set up a farm for me. And then they left fresh plantain from there this year. Alala pawpaw from there this year. Most of the fruits that I could have bought from the market, I derive them from my farm. I do colloquium every year. The last one was 3 days ago, 29. When they use it, we had an average of 150 use. Immediately after the colloquium, they moved into my farm. And they left 1 or 2 days. And I'm still engaging them. My dear use, I'm ready to offer you my services. And I'm also going to invite you, I'm going to spend more time in Mbaise now. I can only go to Abuja for 2 days. Many of them pull up, Lincoln spoke one thing that was needed. Most people are not going to everything about Prof. Who do that come? I've known this man for over 45 years. And that's the truth. We are together in Amagwu, so I got to about this relationship there. Okay? So the Mbaise man is known for one thing. Educated, intelligent, smart, and provides leadership. Let us now translate into family. Just like my grandfather did years one. So when you bring education to entrepreneurship, you take steps. Look at them, like I said, you can get my contact from my website, Amagwu. You can also reach out to Prof. Please, if you need any assistance, by way of training, hands-on experience, feel free.
Of today, I recognize it from my youth that education, agriculture, it will be plus that will spring youth to great leadership, so that youth will not be leaders of tomorrow. You will be present-day leaders. But all the honorable speakers have all covered it, and the passion and the pain I felt when I heard about the state of our primary schools hurt me, because it was from the primary school that I started loving agriculture. But apart from that, however it goes, we must forge ahead. Nigeria has very high population of youth. If we get it from the age of 14 to 30, and because of our inability to provide our own food, provide the things we need, the definition of youth passes 30 years in Nigeria, in this place. Because when the food presented to you by your parents, particularly your mothers, who are always in the farm. When you, the youth, has all the energy to do the production, you will not do it. Then it's an aberration. Something is wrong somewhere. You love your home, you love your parents, you want them to stay alive for you, so come out now and be creative.
But the wisdom we also have to ask ourselves is that we are thinking of leadership, we are thinking of going into agriculture. Agriculture can be practiced in so many ways. It could be for subsistence, where you get what you can use to feed yourself. That one is not, I think, the kind of agriculture we're talking about. We're talking about agriculture for commercial purpose, where people can embark on it, they make money to not only to feed themselves, to take care of their children, to take care of their families, to do some other things that will uplift their standards of living. So in that case, there is a contradiction because of the state of society as it is now. If you look at the current state of our environment, we have a leadership value that people could look at, because we have a lot of back to them. Not only at the
the life of a peasant farmer, it can be very rich and very enjoyable, very like our message, so I can I'm a member of this SHG society. I can like Nneji, that society encouragement. When I go back to education here. So let's make a lemon dinner, lemon dish, lemon the equivalent guys is centralized. These are the ones that money life, education, agriculture. The most important challenge people with their security. For security. Oh, here, but they go try here one night walk through the academy. That's it. We are up with position ADM as our security. Most important thing is security is the affair of everybody. The affair of community. The community is what is I'm telling you? We need to get more security. The matter of concern is beside. What do we play back? The other day, every month now. Yeah, that's true. All about it. The crime is an issue. I appreciate the strategic meeting of security. All the days that people go beyond me. I'm a constituent of how Abaranya and goes of work and very sentimental. No good, we have just to bring one of the apartments to sensitize others. They tell me so that when they are planning strategically, you don't see them. Only God knows why they decided to change money at this critical point in time. Many of us don't have those. We don't want to do that. So on the mind at our local level, Ogunewe, some high level, especially one night Nworka, and every Oparaoji, everybody to read the picture. Now we need everybody to now we need everybody.
My parents are overnight acquired what they acquired. All progressive. Some of us have worked over the years. Including agriculture. But if you look at the society now, and you look at our young ones, they will be the children. You go to where you see them moving around. It's really very painful. And the only thing that can change it is really. Our speech here is beautiful, it's wonderful, education is key to everything. But when you apply education in a negative direction, then the result is what we're saying. And at the end of the day, its impact in the society is also what we experience, insecurity, and even the lack of ways to do anything, except when the money comes to talk. Let us begin to question the source of our wealth.
Thank you very much. Like my leader, I don't know this program, but today, because of the bank, I don't need now. And that was a lot of problem here as around like the week. Like this, like that, so to the time, the ban, like go anywhere, they will about 15 of them. But I think the ban, sometimes I didn't really there. One day, I will be in as age.
Owuji, Moabu, Owu crops. We are into crop. Animal and husbandry, livestock, even processing. And we are trying to ask people, never look at that. Every day also also they can transform cassava to something else. So it's a value chain, complete value chain.
Agriculture. Then we organize two cooperatives, one NGO. So we had a beautiful proposals. We had a proposal for irrigation farming in Imo State. Then they are given reduced, not having Oparaoji when they had the essay to agriculture. The problem might like that, but when we bought it, they had interest to come, but to come and do something for no person. Now, based on our like I want to give laundry, young planting, cassava, others. But move further, I am going to problem. Even when I hate the meaning and now, implementations. Then they are not them like myself, don't report the whole. Both for them, and I had due to cost of feed. If the one like cassava, I plant chaya, I harvest them, and I have them again. So I go into commercial agriculture. How can such organizations like this or individuals help to help the people produce?
At the level of Business Agricultural Implementation Committee, just OTJ put out a particular thing I got in the event. The agri-engagement team. And our shop, we have already done some form of mapping, and we are still doing it with the representatives of the three local governments. So the moment the capacity is built, I am then on a particular sector. Then they can form the cooperative unit. Because that cooperative unit will be the body that you use in assessing funds. You remember when the person retired from CBM, also in anchor growers, facility. So, but such facilities will require a body like the cooperative body to push it. And the moment you have that, I'm not at him is a cooperative body, then the government, can listen to that, or corporate bodies like a bank will be able to assist. So we need to do it in clusters and come together, identify and pursue it at the border. This our individual way of doing it might not give us any good result. So let us amplify it and identify, now that we have our contact, since you've left your contact here, please know those who are practicing so that we can continue to maintain contact with the individuals. Thank you.
Right, so yes, we just concluded the 2023 summit Roundtable, which is focused on education, agriculture, as building blocks, leadership and entrepreneurship. We had very powerful speakers, and of course, the glory or the highlight of the day is that we had speeches from two powerful individuals. One, His Excellency Utomi, the presidential candidate, also from Professor who is the leader of the Big Tent. And their speeches were powerfully delivered. Very good friend of ours who coordinates the Big Tent Independent Presidential Campaign Council here in Imo State, Dr. Fabian Ihekweme. Like I said, he delivered a very powerful speech that both His Excellency Utomi and Professor Utomi were very proud of. And the most important thing too is that the audience were quite sizable, very attentive, and we believe they have enough information that usable that can be put into action going away from this summit.
Okay, sir. Going forward, 2024 will soon be here. Not soon be here. Definitely, the annual summit continues. It's annual, like we said. So what are we expecting? What are we expecting? What do we miss today that we'd expect that there will be changes in next edition?
Yes, we have already started something on the committee we have called MAPIC, which is Mbaise Agricultural Product Implementation Committee, and we have started training our young ones in various aspects of modern agriculture. Most important, most specifically fisheries, where we train them, give them the tools for engaging in fishery, as well as give them some stipends to get them started. We are in discussion with the sponsoring agencies, and we believe that we are going to be escalating that process and training more of our people. That is one. And secondly, we are working with the CSS group of farms, which is national, that is the largest mechanized agricultural concern in Nigeria and indeed West Africa, to also train some of our sons and daughters in various aspects of mechanized farming. And we believe that this will continue to help us improve on our capabilities to improve agriculture in Mbaise, because our goal at the end of the day is to make Mbaise the breadbasket of the state. Yes, again, we appreciate the fact that His Excellency Utomi and Professor Utomi were going to take their time to deliver quite the speeches that were delivered here today. I want to thank my friend Dr. Fabian Ihekweme, who delivered the speeches. I wish we would a safe trip back. I want to thank all our speakers, our chairman, Professor Ahaneku, and others who were in the speaking panel for a wonderful job that they did. I want to thank our sponsors who made this occasion happen. And of course, our young people who were here, very attentive, and hope that they will take something away from this particular presentation to implement for themselves for their own improvement and that of our families.
More people and organizations join the effort and mission of MPR to better Mbaise people and Imo State. Let's keep this wonderful initiative alive. We look forward to another edition, hopefully with more youth participation. God bless Mbaise Policy Roundtable MPR. God bless Mbaise Nation. God bless Nigeria. Yagazia.